There I am. It keeps saying my connection is weak, so I don't really know what that's about. But hi everyone, it's Leslie Seidel, and I am here. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes for some ladies that said they wanted to be on. Today I'm going to be talking about going from dead to delightful. I am not the creator of names. Thanks. So if you guys want to retitle this, please feel free. So yeah, how are you guys? So if you're watching this on replay, you can give it a couple seconds or a couple minutes to fast forward, because what I'm basically doing right now is giving some time for people to get on who said they wanted to get on. And yeah, so how are you guys? It's 10 a.m. I live in Bend, Oregon. I don't know if you guys know that, but I live in this beautiful part of Oregon, and we had our first freeze, and the entire town is covered in these beautiful fall trees. So there are these right outside my front window is a bright yellow tree. Right now it's just turning from the green to the yellow, and everywhere you can see these. We have these things called burning bush. They're called a burning bush, and so they're bright, fiery red. So it's really actually kind of lovely here. Okay, so what we're talking about today, and what I've asked you guys what you want to talk about. And so I really do appreciate the feedback. So these are for you. And I'm happy to show up and give teachings on anything that you want. My goal, because it looks like you guys really want to work on manifesting your life partner. Hi, Susan. Manifesting your life partner. It's a really big topic. And so what I'm going to be doing is, creating a mini course. So probably creating a 2-week intensive, I think, depending, I gotta flesh out how long it's gonna take and how it would get set up. But a 2-week intensive so that you guys have, hi Tina. Okay, shh. I hope you have earbuds in. I totally get it, watching it work. So I was just saying I was gonna create a 2-week intensive for how to manifest your ideal partner. I love doing the work. It's creative, it's fun, it's energetic, and hopeful, and super exciting to hear kind of what each person truly wants in partnership, and letting you guys learn how to own that, and to really be excited about that. Okay, ladies. So I told my husband, he's working from home, but he went on this errand, and I told him that he's not allowed to come here while I'm doing this, because I'm really not going to sit here and do this in front of him. And he just pulled into the driveway. So if he comes in, I told him that if he comes in during this time, he has to go on camera, and he hates camera. So there you go. I'm just warning you that he's around. So let's get into this. You guys are here for a reason, and you want me to talk about something. So what we're talking about right now is this idea that you keep dating the same man over and over again. I know it was my experience. I ended up calling all of them Robert. There's an actual Robert, but over time, they had different things about them. They had different, so I warned him that if he comes in while I'm doing this talk, he's gonna come on video. So do you guys want to see him? But yes, if you guys want to meet my husband for a second. Yeah, come on. No, you got to do this. And then you got to go upstairs and get away.
And go upstairs and get away.
Yeah, you have to go upstairs and go away. This is my husband, Cap.
Good morning. I don't get to see them.
No, not at all.
That's not right.
So there you go. No. There's my fantastic husband, Cap.
With his furlough haircut.
Yeah, and so I promise you that he's totally embarrassed by that moment. Anyway, let's get back to it. I'm not going to talk about him until the cows come home, but that's more for later. So, what I can tell you is that it is very, very common that we date the same person over and over again. And I kind of look at it as we have a lesson to learn, and until I learn that lesson, until you learn that lesson, you're going to continue to date the same person. So what we get to do is we get to start to mine that data, right? If you want to change the behavior, you need to get very clear on what the behavior is so that you can make that shift. So what you need to do is look at your past. I want you, all the answers are there. Your job is to figure it out. So I want you to go a little deeper as to who you're dating. Who is your man? Now, I had one client who told me that, who she met me and she just over and over again dated men who lived in a different state. And in reality, like, she honestly had no idea that she was participating in this. She just thought, like, I don't know, I'm just walking along and I happened to fall in love with someone in Utah, and then I fell in love with someone in Colorado, and then and what we got to do is dive a little deeper. What we got to do is dive into why she's dating these men. And then look into, okay, you're only allowed to date geographically desirable men. What does that feel like? How is that for you? Start to take responsibility for your life, and stop dismissing this idea that all men are narcissists and all men are just alcoholic and in for sex. They're not. They're just simply not. There's a lot of amazing men out there who are sweet, loving, kind, and who really, really want to be in relationship. And women out there. So if your bent is that you would like to date women, that's true as well. So I don't mean to ignore people who want to date women. See? Yeses. Thank you. I want to hear the yeses. And so what I got to do is work with my client who only dated men who lived far away, started to get her to feel responsible for that experience. And once you start to get responsible for that experience, you start to know that you now have the power to change it. Because you're not a victim. You're just simply not a victim. And there are reasons, and probably deep-seated reasons. I hate to say it, but you would start looking at your family. Start looking at what, I know it's cliche, but that it's cliche for a reason. Look at the messages you got from your family. Look at the messages you got from your parents. Look at the messages you got from your mom, from their relationship, because in there are some things that are going behind the scenes. Now, the reason a lot of people come to me is it's hard to see your own stuff. It's kind of like looking like this and you're like, what hand? I can't see a hand. Like, you're too close to the material. So one of the ways that you can have access to this information if you're not clear what you're doing in your participation is to ask your best friend. Because I promise you they can see it. And do it with honor, and do it quietly, and do it with someone who you love and who loves you, and just say, like, are you seeing a pattern that I'm doing that I don't see? It's kind of that simple. And that's one of the reasons people work with me, is that I get to see clearly because I'm not you. So as we, hi Susan, you date someone. So yeah, so your rule, Susan, is only date geographically desirable men. And then see what comes up. See what you start to feel. Because you know what? You're participating in this, and it's probably about some intimacy stuff that you're having going on in the back end. So what I want you to do is start looking at a minimum of an hour. So the thing about geographically undesirable men is you like a little autonomy. And you get to start to change the belief that you get to have the autonomy that you want in a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like, he can still live here, support here, and receive love from someone who's present, if that's what you want. If what you do, if you're liking dating someone who lives far away, then that's totally fine too. So now you've kind of had an idea of what your pattern is. Who is your guy? Is he always an alcoholic? Does he live far away? Like some of you said that he lives far away. Or if he's a woman, what does she always do? So start to get clear on that pattern. Now the next thing to do, which sounds really easy, but is actually pretty complex, is to create your ideal partner. Now, it sounds like fun, right? Like, why don't I do this? This is super easy. I can do this. I want him to be 5'10", or I want her to be super curvy, or whatever it is you want. But what I have found to be true is almost all the women I work with shoot too low. I have this wonderful client. She is beautiful, she's intelligent, she has a great job, she has wonderful friends and family, and she just can't seem to get this romance thing down, and she just wants to be married and have a family. And I just adore her, and she's so neat, and she's so intelligent and brings so much to the table. And so I sat down with her and I said, okay, so what do you want in a partner? Tell me what you want in a partner. And she said, I swear to you that her words were, I want him to have a job and be a gentleman and open the door for me. What? So your only requirement for a life partner is to like have a job, like not be a deadbeat? That's so base level. I want you guys to shoot higher. We as women are not taught how to take care of ourselves. And we as women are not taught to ask for what we want. Because when we ask for what we want, right, we're being told that we're too picky. I got told for a long, long time that I was too picky. I got told by my dad, and what I can tell you is that at my engagement party, my father got up on the mic and said, I want to apologize, which I think is probably the first time he's ever done that. But I want to apologize that I had said over and over again that Leslie was too picky, and I am so grateful that she waited for Cap. Sorry. You'll get to know me. I'm a little emotional. It's so sweet. And I can tell you that I promise you I am so grateful that I waited for my husband. So let's create your ideal partner. So go ahead, and if you're on here right now, give me something that you want in a partner. Tell me a little something about you, what you want. There's a delay. Because I can tell you what I wanted in a partner. And I got really specific. So I want you guys to create something juicy, to create something that invokes a feeling in you. Create something that sounds really, really fun. So I'm really tall. I'm 5'10", so I'm tall. And so I always wanted a tall partner. So for me, I wanted a dark-haired, green-eyed, which actually I got, this is funny to me. I wanted him to be big. I wanted him to be like 6'2" or above, because I really wanted to feel petite. I wanted to feel sexy, And I have a dog. I wanted a dog who, I have a dog, and I love this dog. I love this dog really a lot, and she's my favorite thing. She's one of my favorite things, and she doesn't get along with other dogs. So I wanted a partner who loved my dog, but didn't have a dog, because that would create a problem with me. So I was looking for a dog owner without a dog. I was looking for someone who liked his family. I was looking for someone who liked his friends, because had a group of friends that he'd had for a long period of time that really told me that they had the ability to have intimate long-term relationships. I'm someone who likes a house full of people. I'm someone who loves game night and people over and cooking dinner with a bunch of friends. I love that experience. And so I needed a partner who wanted that experience as well. And so get juicy. And it's not, it may feel like, good, Tina, look at you. So Tina said she wants communication, trust, loyalty, fun, tall, and she can keep going. Well, that's what I want you to do, Tina. I want you to sit down and get really clear on what you want. So what I can tell you, though, is after you make this big, juicy list, after you make shared values, funny and fun, vulnerability, loyalty, shiny eyes, I love that one, enjoys kid, a deep spiritual connection, social. Yeah, so for me, it was important that he had a spiritual life. I didn't care particularly. He didn't have to be Catholic or church or Christian or Jewish or anything like that. That wasn't what was important to me. I have a deep spiritual life. I have a deep spiritual belief. I wanted a partner that would pray with me at night. I wanted a partner who would have spiritual values to hand to my kids. And I got that. I did get that. And so you're going to get to have these things. So I want you to make a big juicy list. I want you to find something that you are super duper excited about. And as people come on here and say things, I want you to steal from them. If something that she just said, if you're like, oh my God, Lisa just said enjoys kids. I want someone who enjoys kids. Take it, add it to your list. There's not a limit of men out there. So now that you have this list, right? We have this really beautiful list. We're super excited about it. You need to get clear on what your deal breakers are. So would I say no to my husband if he were blonde? So I'll tell you, my husband's not tall. He's actually the exact same height as me. And so he weighs, he'll love this. He weighs, he's a runner. I'm not a runner. No desire to be a runner. Although, whatever, he's trying to talk me into it. So, I have this weird sun on my face. Hold on. So, what was it about? So he's not tall. And so the reality is, what happened for me is I got clear on what that meant for me. Why did I want a tall person? So the reason I wanted a tall partner was because I wanted to feel sexy, I wanted to feel good, and I wanted to feel petite and feminine. And what I can tell you is my partner is so sexually attracted to me, and I am sexually attracted to him, that I look at him and I can see in his eyes that he finds me sexy, that he finds me hot. I will wake up in the morning and I am toe up, like I am not cute. And he thinks I am so adorable. When we kiss and when I touch him, he still gets chills. Like I can see the passion. I do feel feminine. I do feel loved in that relationship. And so I don't care. I don't care that he's not tall. It doesn't matter to me. And so that's what you need to get doing. So now that you've created this list, you need to get clear on what it is you want and what it is important to you. You know, because yeah, I had tall on my list, but is that important? Would I rather have tall, or would I rather have someone who loves and adores our kid and is willing to get out of bed at 3 a.m. and go get him whenever he's sick and doesn't expect me to do it every time? Or would I want someone who spends every single evening wrestling with my child, with our child, because he loves doing this? Because he's never wanted anything more than to have a family and to have a son. So, Susan, great list. Yeah, believes in God, affectionate, open-minded, so many things. Great. So get it down on paper. Have something that you're going to live with. Have something that you feel really clear about, right? And so this is what we want. We want you to have access to this list in any moment. So now you've figured out what it is that you've been doing, right? So someone who lives far away, and the reality is you just need to stop it. So if you don't live where I live, we're done. That's it. You know what I mean? So like if you don't live where I live, you're done. If you are doing drugs, I don't want it in my life, so we're done. And you got to start to see these are the main things that bring these men in. If a man came to me and he was like, I have no desire to be married, and I don't, then I'm like, we're done. There's nothing to say here. I don't even need to know whether or not you're fun to go on a date with. I don't want to convince you to marry me. I want someone who wants what I want, and it's easy and effortless. That's the goal, and you're going to get it. And that's what I've gotten. So now that we know what it is we don't want, what it is we do want, here's the tricky part, okay? You have to listen to them when you go on a date. People will tell you exactly who they are within the first 3 dates. And the problem is not that they're not telling us, but that is that we don't listen. Can I get an amen? Do you guys believe that? When you look back at your relationships prior, can you see that the signs that who they were showed up way back then? That's what I want you, yeah. And so you get to start to listen. So many women are dating, and when they're dating, they're so, yeah, he told me a long time ago who he actually was. And the problem is you need to listen. And so for me, when we go on dates, we're so worried about our hair. Does he like me? Am I going to be enough? Am I too fat? All of that stuff. I just beg you, you're interviewing them. You're interviewing them. I mean, that's the piece. I get to stop worrying about whether you're going to be dating me, whether you like me. And instead of worrying about that, start worrying about whether I like you. That's the key. I should be interviewing you. I should be clear on what's happening for you. You know, I had a client, and she was so fantastic. She was so lovely. And she was overweight. She was overweight, and she was totally, completely convinced that as soon as she lost that weight, that she would have everything that she wanted. And so, okay, fine. And I couldn't shake it. Like, I couldn't shake that underlying belief, because that's what's going to happen. What's going to start to happen is you're going to start dating people, and the red flag is going to come up, and you're going to find those deep unconscious beliefs that you have about the world are going to come oozing out. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm going to be, I was going to be crazy Aunt Leslie. I was going to be that woman with like, that I like animals, that saved every stray animal. And I was just going to be the fun Aunt Leslie that took my nephews on trips, but I was never going to be the one that was going to get married. That was my fear. That men liked me as a friend, wanted to sleep with me because, you know, they do, but never wanted to date me and never wanted to commit to me. That was my underlying belief. And I finally had to get to a place to know in my gut that that is no longer true. And it just never was true. I mean, what happened was I had this belief, and so everywhere I went, I saw that. Everywhere I went. You know, I have this thing out, and these people are saying, oh, the reason I'm not in a marriage is because all men are alcoholics and all men are narcissists. No, it's just not true. And you know it's not true because you can look around and see other people getting married and other people having babies. And I can tell you the people that call me, and these men want to get married, and these men want to have a child, and they do want that. The problem is you walk past those guys to the narcissist. You walk past those guys to find the men. So as you're doing this, you're going to start to see what your underlying belief is. So I didn't finish the story. So I had a client, and she lost 70 pounds. Lost 70 pounds. And guess what? She had the exact same experience with the men that she was meeting, and men weren't magically coming out of the woodwork. And what happened instead was that she continued to have the same experience because she continued to have the same belief, which was men just thought that she thought that men just wanted to be her friend. And so she showed up to every relationship as unavailable, and so they took that signal. Men listen to what you say. So your job is to do this work and start to see what the underlying beliefs are that are running the show. And as you start to see this, you start to change the way you think, and you start to change what you believe about yourself and about relationship, and you will get the thing that you want. Does that sound about right? How does that sound for you guys? So, if you guys have any questions, let me know. And if you guys want any help, I also want, please let me know. So if you guys want to talk to me one-on-one, I'm happy to do a call with you and to see if we're a good fit, to see if I can be of service to you in any way. You can just go to my website, which is coachleslie.com, and there's a complimentary session, and you can go click on that link, and you can schedule a time with me. I am so grateful and so excited to say that I am filling up really quick. So you guys are so lovely. I can't even stand it. So I've only got 2 more slots left for one-on-one clients. That's one of the reasons I'm working hard to create a couple group coaching so that if you guys can't afford it, one-on-one coaching, you're not ready for one-on-one coaching, you can do some group coaching. But if you are ready, here's the other thing. Really ready. Sorry about that. Someone just called me. You have to be really ready to make a change. That if this stuff was easy, you would have done it a long time ago. I am here to hold this space for you. I am here to give you the love and support that you need. And I'm also here to like cut through the BS. Because as you can see, like I'm not interested in, it's not about coddling. I'm just not interested in pretending that you're not worthy and a warrior and get to have everything that you want in a relationship. And so all the things that are holding you back, I'm not interested in it. I'm interested in you finding your life partner because I got to. Because countless women I have worked with get to be in the relationship of their dreams. And what happens is so many women get caught up in this fantasy of I need to like attract every man. I need every guy's eyes on me or every woman's eyes on me. That's not true. I just want my partner. Because you guys saw my husband. Some of you will think he's cute. Some of you won't think he's cute. All right. Bye, Lisa. Sorry. Some of you guys have to get to work, so I'll be mindful of time. But if you have any questions, please let me know. And I will also read on the afterplay. I'll go in and look at the comments. But I'm happy to answer any questions here because I know that you guys can change this behavior and get the relationship of your dreams. And it doesn't have to be next year. That's the other thing that's really cool. It doesn't have to be next year. It just, you can do it today. Right now, that shift can happen. All right, ladies. So if there's anything that you need, send me a question. And I will be planning on doing another live. I haven't figured out what the topic is for next week. So again, if you want to do a one-on-one coaching with me and would like to get on the phone with me, I'm happy to do that. You can go to coachleslie.com and schedule that. And I will keep you guys updated on the group coaching on how to manifest your ideal partner. Sounds like that's what you guys want to hear about. Thank you so much for your time today. All right, I'll talk to you later.